In the heart of the mist-shrouded English countryside, nestled amidst ancient oaks and ivy-clad walls stood Blackwood Manor, an imposing Gothic mansion with a history steeped in mystery. Many whispered tales of ghostly apparitions, eerie wails and otherworldly phenomena that had plagued the manor for centuries. The legends had attracted thrill-seekers, skeptics and curious souls alike, but none had dared to spend a full night within its dark, imposing walls. That is until the renowned paranormal investigator, Professor Alexander Sterling, received a peculiar letter. The letter arrived one brisk autumn evening, its envelope adorned with an intricate wax seal bearing the crest of Blackwood Manor inside. A handwritten note from the manor's owner, Lady Eleanor Blackwood, requested Professor Sterling's expertise in unraveling the enigmatic mysteries that had plagued her ancestral home for generations. The offer was irresistible to the professor, who had spent his career debunking the supernatural. Upon his arrival at the manor, Professor Sterling was greeted by the eerie silence that hung in the air like an invisible shroud. The mansion's ornate facade, adorned with grotesque gargoyles, stared down at him, its windows like vacant eyes that had seen too much. Lady Eleanor, a woman of regal demeanor with silvery hair and an air of quiet authority, welcomed him inside. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting elongated shadows throughout the cavernous hallways, Professor Sterling began his investigation. Armed with an array of specialized equipment, he embarked on a quest to demystify the unexplainable. The professor's first night within the manor was marked by a chilling stillness that seeped into his very bones. Every creak of the floorboards seemed like the hesitant steps of a reluctant spirit, and every flickering candle flame appeared to dance to an otherworldly tune. Yet, for all his skepticism, Sterling had a feeling he could not dismiss, a sensation that the air itself was thick with an unseen presence. As the midnight hour approached, Professor Sterling retired to a chamber known as the Haunting Room, a chamber notorious for its ghostly occurrences. With his camera at the ready, he positioned himself at a heavy wooden desk and waited. Suddenly the room grew icy cold, and the shadows deepened. Flickering candlelight revealed ephemeral figures, shimmering in and out of existence. These apparitions seemed to be spectral echoes from a bygone era, Victorian ladies in flowing gowns and stoic gentlemen in formal attire. They moved gracefully, their movements fluid but somehow detached from the earthly realm. The ghosts drifted closer to the professor, and to his astonishment, they began to interact with his equipment. Vortexes of energy swirled around his instruments, and electronic voice phenomena whispered secrets of a long-forgotten past. Lady Eleanor Blackwood's ancestors were speaking, and they had stories to tell in a series of intricate and haunting scenes. The spirits recounted tales of love, betrayal and tragedy that had plagued their lives during the 19th century. The professor listened intently, feeling their pain, their longing, and their lingering anguish. He realized that these apparitions were not malevolent, but were trapped souls seeking resolution. As dawn broke, the room returned to its lifeless state. Professor Sterling had uncovered the truth behind the haunting of Blackwood Manor, an untold tale of star-crossed lovers and a tragic family feud that had never been resolved in life. The spirits had found their voice through him, and in doing so they could finally rest in peace. In the days that followed, Professor Sterling shared his findings with Lady Eleanor, and together they paid tribute to the long-forgotten souls who had once called Blackwood Manor their home. The mansion's eerie reputation began to fade, replaced by a sense of serenity and closure. With the mysteries of Blackwood Manor unraveled and the restless spirits at peace, Professor Alexander Sterling continued his work as a paranormal investigator, forever changed by the enigmatic events that had unfolded within the haunted halls of the manor. And as he drifted off to sleep each night, he knew that sometimes the truth behind the supernatural was more profound and poignant than anything he could have imagined. A story to soothe the restless soul and bring solace to even the most skeptical heart. Subscribe to channel.